And listen to this. I feel sorry for all the people on Broadway who have bought tickets because they say that, usually the show must go on, but that is not the case today. Broadway is going dark because of the storm.
Yeah, Kate Rooney is live in Times Square for us, and look at Kate. Even Kate is covered in Times Square.
It has to be.
It's everywhere around the area. That's why we are everywhere. Did you find any disappointed theater fans, or does everyone kind of get what's going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, they say the lights are always bright on Broadway, and that is still definitely the case here. I mean, in the middle of Times Square, all the billboards and everything on. However, the theaters are dark. So if you walk around the side streets where you see a lot of the Broadway shows, box office is closed. The TKTS ticket booth, normally you see lines wrapped around it leading up to the evening matinees. We're right near there, and that is closed as well. First time since 2018 that Broadway as a whole has gone dark. Back when we had our first lovely winter storm just a few weeks ago in January, about 10 Broadway shows closed, leaving some performers, technical stage crew, workers, producers a little bit frustrated that they didn't order just a full closure, because it was difficult for the performers and people working the shows to get to and from the theater. So this time, they decided to go ahead and call it early. The one show that was a lone holdout was Operation Mincemeat, which had the original cast supposed to perform their final performance together tonight in the 6 o'clock show. So they were holding out hope that they'd be able to do that for that special occasion. They ended up pivoting, deciding to do a live stream from the Laurie Beachman Theater for Operation Mincemeat, but everything else was closed by around 1 o'clock. However, people are really making the most of it. There is no shortage of folks here in Times Square. I don't know if you can see some of these people here behind me, but everybody's out and about, walking around. A lot of the restaurants are full. People are writing their names in the snow, taking photos. Just kind of a magical once-in-a-lifetime moment to be in Times Square in the middle of a blizzard. We talked to a few folks, some from the South, some from the Pacific Northwest, and they're all just doing their best to make the most of this situation, even though we've already heard about some canceled flights. But we're better to be stranded than in the middle of New York City. We'll be back on our subsequent shows with more later. For now, from Times Square, Kate Rooney, Pix 11 News.
A magical moment? Really?
Well, come on,
I guess for them, because they're tourists, so they can leave eventually. We gotta dig out of this stuff.